Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Crime Wine Murphy. Right. We've been waiting for this. We've been waiting for the verdict in the Samantha Woll case. It's been days. The jury was deadlocked. They took a day off. They just can't come to a full agreement on some counts. But a verdict has come in, a partial verdict has come in. This partial verdict in the Samantha Woll case, the trial we've been watching, and the judge did say if they didn't reach a verdict today, she would accept their verdict, whatever that may be, hung jury. But they were held up on the robbery, the house invasion. But as for the murder, well, here you go, guys. You can watch it for yourself, and the jurors, I don't know what to say about them. But let's listen to what they got to say.
And Brian Brown on behalf of Mr. Jackson Bolanos.
And I note for the record, Mr. Jackson Bolanos is present, as are all counsel, and our 12 jurors have returned to the courtroom again this morning. We took yesterday off because there were some conflicts. We came back this morning and been diligently working. We produced yet another transcript for you and just after lunch, and we received a note a little while ago indicating that you are still deadlocked as to 2 of the counts. You've reached a verdict as to 2 of the counts. And
I don't know if this is the end of this case,
correct?
but this is ridiculous.
Who is your foreperson? You are actually juror number 15? Okay. Juror number 15, we will take a partial verdict as to the 2 counts that you have reached a verdict on. And if you haven't reached a verdict, just say deadlocked, okay? And if you have reached a verdict, read what's next to the box you check marked under that count, okay? So the clerk is going to take the verdict from you. Please stand. And after she reads the count and the charge, you read what's next to it, or deadlocked if you're deadlocked. Thank you.
In the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael Manuel Jackson Bolanos, Mr. Foreperson, will you please read the verdict form as marked as to count 1, first-degree felony murder?
Deadlocked.
As to count 2, first-degree premeditated murder?
Not guilty.
As to count 3, home invasion first-degree?
Deadlocked.
And as to count 4, concealing facts or misleading the police?
Guilty.
All jurors, please stand and raise your right hands.
Members of the jury, listen to your verdict as recorded by the court. You do say upon your oath that you find Michael Manuel Jackson Bolanos hung as to count 1, first-degree felony murder, not guilty as to count 2, first-degree premeditated murder, hung as to count 3, home invasion first degree, and guilty of count 4, concealing facts or misleading the police. So say you, Mr. Foreperson, so say you, members of the jury.
Thank you. You may be seated. Would you like the members of the jury polled?
No, you're.
No?
No.
Okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I know this went much longer than we ever thought it would, and you did yeoman's work in this case, and we appreciate your attempts to come back day after day and try to reach a verdict, because after such a long trial, we wanted to give every opportunity to try to reach a full verdict as to all counts, and I understand it's just not possible. So I am going to come back and speak with you personally and give you some certificates from the court, and then I believe the attorneys are going to want a chance to talk to you as well, and you'll be able to talk to them. The restriction of not talking to attorneys is now lifted for you in this case. I guess I'd prefer you not give interviews to the press, because we're going to have to possibly retry the case as to counts 1 and 3. So, so anyway, but you are free to do what you want. And so at this time, you are dismissed from your duties as jurors in this case. And we appreciate your time, attention, and efforts in this case. So the deputies are going to lead you back over to Judge Knapp's courtroom, and I'll be over there momentarily to come address you. And the attorneys will come after I have a chance
The
to-
attorney for Michael is saying that somebody
All
else
rights
did it.
reserved.
Somebody else did it. Well, you know, the ex-boyfriend confessed to it.
Oh, we need to learn more. Yes. Kim, can you grab that? You may be seated. So at this time, the jury was unable to reach a verdict as to counts 1 and 3. People will have to make a decision as to whether they're going to retry those counts. And we're going to set a pretrial for let me see when, next week?
Yes.
2 weeks, how much time?
Sooner the better.
Next week?
Yeah.
Put my calendar for next week.
Setting the date for a pretrial. Sooner the better, his lawyer said. Oh my God. Come
Judge, I'd
on.
ask for at least a week because
So
25th.
Thursday, the 25th at noon?
Look at all the
Will that work?
That's fine.
security in there.
So Thursday,
You
the
know.
25th at noon, we'll have a pretrial. If there are any motions you plan to make, please
The sheriff's,
file that as soon as possible.
what were they
Written
expecting?
motions. And
A riot or what?
we will
Just
address
saying.
everything done and set a new trial date if it's going to be retried.
And Judge, I may have missed this, but is the court going to formally enter an order declaring a mistrial on those?
Yes,
And the
I am
stuff.
declaring mistrial as to counts 1 and 3, and I have the order in front of me.
Mistrial, though.
Thank you.
The judge declared a mistrial, so they can
He's been acquitted
try
on
him again.
order of acquittal on count 2 only. I'm gonna hold off on referring for a PSI until next week and on the other one. And I may just hold off on referring to PSI until the other counselors figure that out next week, okay? That concludes this hearing.
And there you go, guys. There you go, guys. A mistrial. Now, are the prosecutors going to try him again? Are they? What are they going to do? I mean, my God, what should have taken a few hours took days. Days. We thought they'd come back with a verdict like 3 hours, you know, but they took days. I don't know what they were doing in that room. I don't know who was agreeing on what or disagreeing, but it looks like he got found guilty on the lying, lying to the cops. He seen that body. He didn't report it. He lied about it. Yeah, okay. You can lie about that. What else? Of course you're going to lie about that. He was out there stealing. He did say that. Oh, yeah, he did. Well, he had to, because what were you doing out there at 4 o'clock in the morning? Yeah, but he didn't do a home invasion. And, how did she get out? How did she get out? Did she walk out? Stumble out? I mean, where's the cameras? I mean, nothing. But the ex-boyfriend, he got something wrong with him. I mean, he confessed right away. I'm sure they looked into him, didn't they? You know, where was he? Yeah, he was off his meds. He was on his meds. I don't know. His meds were messed up. How do they know that he really didn't do it? You know, why would he even say he did it? Why? I'm sure they looked into him, guys. I'm sure they looked into him. They didn't charge him. I don't know. Plus, this guy was out there around that time. He heard no screams, no yelling for help or anything in a quiet night. He didn't hear nothing. Or did he? Or did he see something? I mean, why would you touch a body? Why would you not call 911? I mean, after he just hid out, though, didn't he? He just kept his mouth shut and hid out for quite a while. And why wouldn't you want to get some help for somebody? I can't understand that part. He admitted to breaking into the cars. Why couldn't you just said, well, I was out here breaking in cars and I just stumbled upon her. I mean, why didn't you just say that in the first place? I mean, it's better than being accused of what he's accused of. What he said, he made himself look like a liar. But I don't know. You watch this trial, guys. Are you confused? Did he do it? Do you think he didn't? Well, do you think that he needs to be retried again? Will he be retried again? There's a pre-trial hearing coming up. The quicker the better. But in the meantime, they're going to make their decision, aren't they? Well, he's not free at this moment. He's not free. So back to jail he goes. I know. Yeah. The verdict has been reached. It's a hung jury and a partial verdict. Well, thank you for liking the video. Yeah, you're just gonna have to rewind. We can watch it again though. But it was very short, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's it. I mean, they had a lot of sheriffs in that courtroom. I don't know what they were expecting. They were expecting a what? A riot, like I said, or something happening. I mean, do you think he did it? I don't know. The ex-boyfriend's, no wonder she finished with him. He's off his rocker. You know, he must have been like that before she finished with him. And like I said, he must have had an alibi where he was. I'm sure they did. Somebody was with him at all times. Somebody see him when he left the wedding, the party. Somebody see him come in the house. I mean, he must have had a clear alibi. But I just want to know why he would admit to it. Admit to doing something like that. If it wasn't in his head. I thought there was something wrong with him when he was on the stand. I was like, what is wrong with him? Something wrong with him. So that's it for that. Now, I don't know if it's over or it's not. We'll have to wait for another week or two to see what they're going to do. So the charges he got found guilty of is not much of a charge. We got the felony murder. And I mean, he's been found not guilty of first-degree murder. Well, they can't try him again for that. They can't try him again for, maybe the charges were too high in the first place. First-degree murder, you know, the charges may have been too high because it might have not, it probably was not planned. It might have been an opportunity, but I mean, who leaves their doors open? Who leaves their doors unlocked? I mean, I don't know if she was drunk or what, how much drink she had, but was she expecting somebody and she left the door so they could get in? These cameras that they got around there, they didn't see anybody else. They didn't see anybody else walking around. Well, maybe it was somebody in the building. I can't understand how they never see nobody else walking, running around that area around that time, following her home. I mean, I don't know. Well, anyway, I just don't understand this. So there you go, guys. And all I can say, they were deadlocked. They've been deadlocked, and a mistrial has been declared. But he's been found not guilty on first-degree murder. They're going to try him again. They're going to try him again. But his lawyer said somebody else did it. Somebody else did it. I'd like to know, what was he throwing away? He went to his girlfriend's house or his wife's house. I don't even know who she is, right? He said he was homeless, but he couldn't have been homeless because he went straight to his girlfriend's house. Well, he went straight to the apartment. And before that, he was seen throwing stuff in the trash. I don't know what he was throwing away. Maybe throw the murder weapon away. I don't know. Because once a liar, always a liar. He's a thief, we know that. And he had a knife on him. He got rid of evidence. I'm not sure what he got rid of. And that part of him saying he doesn't break into cars, he just tries the door handles and see if they're open. People don't have alarms on their car. I know not everybody does, but would you think that people that don't lock their cars, they don't care if their car gets broken into, because most of the time they got nothing in there. So they'd rather leave the doors unlocked than have a window busted. That's what most people think. They think, well, you're going to break in my car. I'd rather you just open the door and see if there's anything in there. But not everybody's searching for stuff in your car. They're searching to take your car. So, if you leave it unlocked, you're inviting somebody just to hotwire your car and off you go. So there you go with the insurance part of it. Maybe they were hoping that people would take their cars so they can get a newer one. I don't know. I don't know what to make about that jury. It's pretty crazy to me. I've never known a jury just to mess around like this. So they said they were deadlocked on the others. So not guilty on the first degree, guilty on one of the counts of, it's lying and all that, the other, and deadlocked on the other counts. So, oh my God. I don't know what else evidence they had that they could pinpoint or see anybody else. I don't know. There was nobody else, though. Apparently, there was nobody else, only him, walking around at that time of morning. I don't know what his girlfriend had to say. She's his alibi. Yeah, they stuck together. Hi, Gummy. How you doing? You're not shocked? Well, I just don't understand it. I mean, come on. Guilty or not guilty, get it over with. I don't know how they could be deadlocked on those other charges when he's found not guilty of first-degree murder. Maybe they're reading something wrong. Maybe the instructions were just so confusing. What do you think? I'd have to go back and listen to the jury instructions to see if they were like, maybe they just overcharged him. First degree murder. Maybe that was a bit much. Should have been lesser. I don't know. The woman's dead in a violent way. But she must have fought for her life. I mean, look how many times she was stabbed. But she was outside, though. She managed to get outside. So that's it. I don't know what else to say about it. There's nothing more I can say about it. So I thought I'd just come on just to update you on the case. Because I was like, okay, today's the day. Today was the day. Even if they hadn't reached anything, the judge was going to declare a mistrial anyway. But then again, it's not up to the judge. It's if the jury's just had enough and they come back today and said, I've had enough, she would have had to accept that. And she was going to accept that. So they must have came up with that a long time ago. When they said they were deadlocked and everything, they'd already found him not guilty right there and then. They had to have. So that's all there is to that. Anyway, guys, like I just said, I thought I'd just come on and just give you an update. There's a few things happening. The Sarah Boone's trial is in October. Lonnie, Leilani, Simon, Quinton, Simon. Well, finally, there is a trial date, and that's in October too, guys. That's about around the same time Sarah Boone, Suitcase Sarah's trial is going on. Now, if you remember from Georgia, little Simon, the little 2-year-old, around 2 years old, disappeared, and there was video evidence of the mother throwing trash into the dumpsters at a trailer park maybe she used to live at. And there was a big search, and his little body, or parts of his body, were found at the landfill. After days and days and days, weeks of searching for anything, a tooth, a little finger, a piece of clothing, and they found it. And they found his little body what was left of his little body. And so she's going to trial, guys. So we've been waiting for this for quite a while now, years. And this ain't looking too good for her. I mean, who's she going to blame? She said she didn't know that she took him out of the house in a garbage bag. She didn't know that she went to the trailer park. She didn't know there was cameras there that watched her move. Of course, she never said she went out nowhere. She said she woke up and she was looking for her child. So, number one, she was out driving. I don't know what time they see her. I can't remember what time the cameras picked her up or anything. But it's going to come out. And I don't know how she thinks she's not going to get away with this. I mean, the boyfriend, what did he hear? What did he see? And then she said, no, I'll take care of him that day. Well, you weren't going to take care of him. He was already gone. You're trying to get rid of him, rid of his body. And you did. But my God. But she's not going to get away with it, okay? She's going to prison probably for the rest of her life. Who's she going to blame? Her brother? Her brother was living there. Her boyfriend was living there. Nobody heard or saw nothing. I mean, what was she doing to that child? Did she do it after everybody was gone from the house? But her brother was there. No. So anyway, we're going to look forward to that one. We're going to look forward to that one. And I don't know how many weeks it's going to be for, well, it could be weeks for Sarah Boom, you know. That's if it all goes to plan with Sarah Boom, because we haven't heard much lately since she's in shock that when she wrote her last letter on the 26th, she didn't know that she had to represent herself. So when she wrote the letter to the judge, she was thinking on the terms that her next lawyer, and then she got her, first class documents from the judge, signed and sealed, hand delivered to her in her cell. She has to represent herself. Now, she has no money, but she can get a private attorney. Now, is somebody going to go pro bono because she can't pay them? And unless she expects her ex-husband, Brian, to cough up that alimony and pay her lawyer. Oh, my God. Because I don't know whether he truly owes it to her or not. Or it was stopped because of this, what was going on. Whether he got in the family court, he got it settled legally, I'm saying. Because you can't just stop alimony if you've been ordered to pay it. You have to go to court and it has to be like on hold, or you still have to keep paying it. That kind of thing. So I don't know what's going on there. And but I really don't care about that. I don't care about the alimony family court or anything like that. Her son probably wants to disown his mother, and he can. He's 14. You can choose whether you want access or don't want to see him anymore. She can't force him to take her phone calls. She can't force him to see her, to go, like Brian has to take her and she has to have visitation. She can't force him to do that. And so there you go, guys. So That's the family court, though. That's really got nothing to do with why she's in prison, in jail. That is, soon to be in prison. But I can't wait for her to make her case. Listen, since she's supposed to be representing herself, we haven't had no letters. Because number one, they probably told her, don't write to the judge anymore. You can't tell the judge anything anymore because letters are public and you got to fight for your case now and represent yourself. You need to file it. They're going to give her help. They're giving her resources, but she's going to have to file that herself. She's had plenty, she's had 4 years. She knows the law inside out. She does. So she can't write to the judge anymore. And he's probably told her that. It might have been ordered that she does not write to him anymore because you can't give away, you can't jeopardize your potential jurors and the case. Whatever she's going to choose. She already told us that there's more than one way to win. I don't like their way, but there's more. How many ways is there to win? How many, what's going to be her defense? I mean, how many ways, how many defenses can you come up with? She doesn't want the spousal abuse kind of thing. What else is there then? What's more than one way? Lie? She can't lie. Her lawyers have already said that she's asking them to do stuff that's unethical. So that just proves that she wants to have them lie. They might be your lawyers in your defense, but they have to abide by the law, and they can't jeopardize their license to lie for her. So this just tells me that she's nothing but a liar. So whatever she said is probably a lie about the story about the high ghost seek, even doing puzzles or anything. She knew what she did, and she woke up that morning. She realized what she did, and she was awake, and she came up with a plan. And that's all she did was repeat it like it was rehearsed. It was. And she said she wasn't drunk. She wasn't drunk. They shared a bottle of wine. She even lied about that. You do this game and you play a deadly game like this, something's going to end up bad. She already told us she was upstairs. The suitcase was upstairs. We know she dragged that suitcase around. It had drag marks on the carpet. We know it was moved around as well. And it was flipped. And still she didn't care. She told him she didn't care. It didn't sound like she was going to let him squirm for a couple of minutes, did it? So anyway, that's a little bit of an update. So guys, I'll see you on my other channel or this channel. You never know when I'm going to pop up. I might go to The Journey to Justice or Crime Wine Murphy. Just keep an eye out. I'll be going live again tonight with the last day at the RNC here in Wisconsin, Milwaukee. If you like that kind of thing, Trump is going to speak. And there has been some news with the Biden with, oh my God. Okay, let's just listen to this a minute. Now, like yesterday, Biden was supposed to speak for the Latinos, and at the last minute, he canceled. And listen, I don't think he was feeling good because he was having an episode. Like I said, this memory loss and all kinds of things, they will get worse, and he'll have his good days and his bad days, and he was having a bad day. So we come up, he must have a doctor on standby, 24/7, traveling with him, because he said, the doctor, and took a COVID test and was positive. But you know what? The doctor said he got a runny nose. Well, this time it's not a cold. He's got a runny nose, and with upper respiratory symptoms. Well, we know that he's been having this little cough for a long time, runny nose, and a non-productive cough. Yeah, we know that, with general malice. I don't know. Look, he's had the COVID shots, okay? He's shaking hands with people, trying to kiss them, getting close, not washing his hands after shaking hands, doing all kinds of stuff, touching his face. Yeah, I mean, not even using sanitizer. And when he got on the plane, there's pictures of him. He just said he's got to isolate himself, and he was there with no mask on. His security team and everyone around him was not wearing a mask. Okay, and he says that he has to self-isolate so he don't spread his germs. But nobody was wearing a mask. He was touching the sides of the planes. He could hardly walk up the steps to the plane. He couldn't even walk properly. So we know that he was having an episode. Yeah. He's kind of doing that slip and slide dance again. Yeah, no mask though. No mask. Listen, in my opinion, he don't have COVID, okay? They're going to come up with every excuse there is. They need to just be truthful to yourself, that you got a lot of problems going on. You're unhealthy. Your mind is all over the place. Anyways, you be saying 1 minute something, and then you go into a little story from the past. You're getting angry. You're getting snappy. You can't concentrate. And this is the illness, okay? And you're going to have your good days, your bad days. You're going to get confused. You're going to get forgetful. You can't follow a script. You can't even read what's on the telescriptor. You can't even read that. No. There's a lot of things. He was talking about housing and rents, 5%, turn it into $55. Talking about the corporate owners of the housing. Talks about it was like 160 billion saved from taxpayers' money. He messes up on the 5%, confuses it with the $55. It's either he doesn't know his own policy. You wrote the policy, you put it into law, and you don't even know the policy. don't know the difference between $55 and 5%. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that he should be knowing by memory. He probably can't see that well neither, because he doesn't wear glasses, but I don't know if he should wear glasses. Maybe if they gave him an eye test, can he see? Do you know what I mean? Well, my prediction is he'll be out. He'll be out. They're giving him a way out, and COVID is the way out. No, he don't have COVID, though, in my opinion. It's just a stall tactic so he can get some rest, so he can rest his mind, because he's been pretty busy these last days, giving, false interviews again, in my opinion, allegedly. But we've seen it with our own eyes and listened with our own ears. And we see him getting all mixed up. Anyways, do you know what I mean? And we're going to start, saying that. That's a good word, isn't it? Anyways. And I don't know. It's just, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't run for president. If it was somebody else that had the same symptoms, you can't run. You can't run. I mean, you've got your dream. You've got where you wanted to be. And that's it. You've done it. You've reached your goal. There's no other goals to meet. None. So he needs to just retire gracefully, bail out, and the show will go on with whoever they pick. And I hope it's not Harris. I hope they pick somebody else, because there's not much of a fighting chance with her in it neither. And she's busy in Michigan, and now she's in the Carolinas again, North Carolina, I think. She's spending a lot of time in the Carolinas. A lot. So that must be the state they're working on. That she's spending way too much time in the Carolinas. But they need to kick Biden to the curb and pick somebody else whatever they're gonna do. Because right now, he's a loser. Okay, he's losing. He's gonna lose, and it ain't gonna get no better. And we've got a long time, long time for them to be on the road. We got months, months. And like I said, he ain't gonna make it. He ain't gonna make it 4 months, let alone 4 years. Well, we know he's not gonna make 4 years, guys. We already know that. That's my opinion. And everybody else should have the same opinion, that he ain't gonna make it 4 years. And he's not right. He's losing his mind. He's just slowing up, and he's gonna seize up. Okay, he's seizing up now. You can see it. It'd be having a little, and be kind of moving like that soon. They'll have to oil him up, because he can't make it up the stairs anymore. He can't make himself. He can't even find his way off the stage. Come on, how embarrassing! It's not his fault, but your family is not helping. Well, nobody's helping. Anyway, but Obama's got in on it now. Obama. Step away, Biden. Step away. Doesn't mean he doesn't like him or anything. He knows what's going on. So, not like they're good friends anyway, I suppose. But he's telling them. They're all telling them. 70%. They've had meetings. big meetings. And I think what they're waiting for this RNC to be over with so they can't speak about nothing at their convention. You know, that's another reason. They don't want to talk about he stepped down or anything like that. So they're going to leave it until that's over. And we might hear something tomorrow or this weekend. Because it's happening. It's not when or if. It's happening. So guys, pop into my live later just to say hi or just chat. You don't even have to chat about the convention. Just go live and you can just say hi and give me the like. Give me the hours. I need you to watch my videos so I can build up my hour times and get my hours back up. Like I said, I erased a lot of my stuff off the journey to justice, and I lost my hours for this year, that is. Let alone lost the views. I lost the hours too, so I guess they go by the hours you've done in a year, not the hours you've done in the past. So, never mind, I just gotta go with the flow, I guess. Just go with the flow. So anyway, thanks guys for stopping by, and don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, just support me any way you can. It's all free. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks guys.